KCOG and Hazel Rocket Productions proudly present The Pitch, your local sports show that covers all.
This is the station where you'll find all of your favorite artists. We're 99.7 KCOG, playing the best of the 80s, 90s, and now.
Pitch.
Everybody, welcome to the Physical Show on Russ W on, as we are every Wednesday night, and we have a huge show for you tonight. I'll be joined in a moment by the Hall of Famer Koestner and a number of guests. We've got Caitlin Rogers is our in-the-line segment tonight. She's coming up about 6:15. Here at CHS, and we're going to get to know her just a little bit. Also, we're going to be talking a little bit about Indian Hills and what's going on out there this weekend. It's their Halloween softball game. We'll talk about that and all things in the South baseball. They get ready for their World Series. They're going to be on World Series coming up, I believe, starting this weekend. And on the show tonight, Coach Denny Whitlow will talk Mohawk football, as well as Coach Rich Parker. Our AD, he'll be on a little after 7 to bring us up to date on all things going on at CHS. It's an exciting time. Our girls volleyball team, unfortunately, came up a little bit short last night against Eddyville-Blakesburg, but what a season and what a run for those girls. We're excited to brag about them a little bit. And we've got a pep rally coming up on Thursday night for all of our fall sports. So Coach Parker, our AD, will talk about that. Matt Krusich will join us to put a wrap on the cross-country season. We didn't get anybody into the state meet this year, but I know he's very proud of his youngsters, and he'll talk about that coming up at about 6:30. And Coach Tom Hill will be on in the back half of the show to talk Red Hat volleyball, as well as Coach Chuck Evans to talk about Big Red football. We are a state playoff qualifier. The Big Reds have made it into the postseason, and Coach Evans will talk about that. And a tough matchup on Friday night with Mount Vernon, but the town is abuzz about all the great things that have gone on and are still going on with our fall athletics. We've got plenty to talk about tonight. We'll take a break, come back, and get started here on The Pitch on KCOG.
Henley Dental in Centerville offers a full range of dental services, from regular exams to dental cosmetics. Henley Dental can help with all of your dental needs. Call today at 856-4103. That's 856-4103. They offer Clear Correct and porcelain veneers to help make that smile look better. And Dr. Nick Henley would like to remind you of the importance of scheduling a regular exam. You should have your teeth examined and cleaned every 6 months. To schedule your exam today, call 856-4103. That's 856-4103. Dr. Nick Henley at Henley Dental, 203 West Washington in Centerville.
There's no place like home, and there's no place like Northside Insurance to insure your home. We're your hometown insurance agency, which means we know you by name and will take time to understand your insurance needs. We can also help with your other insurance, such as auto, boat, farm, and business. Together with Allied Insurance, we'll design the insurance package that fits your needs. Call us today at 856-3333.
Quote to claim, we take care of you. Northside Insurance.
Hello, this is Billy Thomas of the Thomas Funeral Home. Have you considered the benefit of advanced funeral planning? You plan for your first car, your first home, children's college, and your retirement. Planning makes sense. Guaranteed pricing, peace of mind, and the alleviation of stress on your family are just a few of the benefits of advanced funeral planning. Please feel free to pick up the phone or stop by the funeral home with any questions regarding advanced funeral planning.
Call the Thomas Funeral Home in Centerville at 856-4321 or in Bloomfield at 664-2353.
You're listening to The Pitch on KCOG Centerville, live from Hy-Vee. Josh Price is out, I think, at a Hy-Vee meeting somewhere today, so we won't have Josh, but they've got a lot of great things going on out here, including giving away that truck, which every time you use your Perks Plus card, you are eligible to win. And so use it, use it, use it. They're going to be giving away that truck coming up in November. So the clock is ticking. Get out here and use your Perks Plus card. They've got Lay's, $3 for $9. They've also got candy for you for the Halloween. $1.99 Hershey snack size candy, and of course Halloween is coming up, so you got to make sure you got all the goodies for the kiddies. Also, lots of other great deals, lots of Fuel Saver deals. The Hy-Vee white or wheat bread is on the Fuel Saver. Also, the Kraft macaroni and cheese is on the Fuel Saver, and many, many other things out here at Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee extra butter microwave popcorn, $1.49 there. Don't miss out on all the great deals out here at Hy-Vee. And we're excited to be here again this week. We've got a really big show, Chad. There's plenty to talk about. It has been a fabulous fall season. I assume you were at the Red Hat game last night.
I was.
I had a realtors meeting and wasn't able to be there, but I did get kind of the recap. But it sounds like the gym was absolutely packed.
Oh, it was an exciting time down at Lakeview Gymnasium. The girls came out and took it to them, that first game. And the house was rocking, Russer, and then unfortunately dropped the next two. Came back and won a tight one in Game 4, and then just came up a little short in Game 5. So,
well, it sounds like it had all the makings of the same as Sheraton. We came out and took care of business, and then things got away from us in the middle. Got that fourth win, but unfortunately, Game 5 didn't come out like the Sheraton game did.
No, it didn't. Like I said, we came up just a little short, but hats off to those girls. They played their hearts out, off and out, however you want to say that. And, they very easily could have just folded after Game 2 and 3 and said, hey, it's been a good season, but they came out and rallied. They were actually down in that Game 4 and made a nice comeback and came back and win. That was really exciting, and that really got the crowd pumped up, and we kind of thought they'd take care of business there in Game 5 and got up to a little bit of a lead, and then just kind of sputtered and didn't quite get the job done. But we're so proud of those girls. Heck of a season, and probably did more than anybody really expects them to.
Yeah, historic season for the Red Hats, the first team ever to win the conference outright. They did get to 20 wins, had a tremendous season, and Coach Tom Hill will be on in the back half of the show tonight to talk about those young ladies. And I know it had to be, as always, a difficult time in that locker room when you say goodbye to seniors, and what a great group of young ladies, and I'm sure that was a tough time, but what a tremendous season.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. Typically, they go in and the girls are right back out and saying, waving to the fans and come up and talk to everybody. And I stood around for a good 10 minutes, just to congratulate them and stuff. And no one was coming up from that locker room. So I'm sure it was a heartfelt moment with those 5 seniors. I believe there's 5 seniors there. And I know your favorite position, the libero, she's leaving us, so they'll have to find a new one of those. Jewett,
I'm going to Jewett. You got Peyton Kaufman. You got Libby Seabolt and Alina Boker.
Yeah.
So there's your 5.
There's 5. So yeah, they'll be sorely missed, and they'll have to fill in those spots and find some players coming up. But they got a good group coming back with Katie George and Colby Lawson and Big Mads McDonald. She had a heck of a game last night again, and well, all the girls did, really. So, like I said, hats off to them, and congratulations to their wonderful season.
And we're going to be celebrating those girls tomorrow night at the Pep Rally as we celebrate the fall sports season that has given us some great moments, and hopefully more to come as the football team's still going. Friday night, for the first time in a few years, we will be playing in a playoff football game. And now that they've narrowed the field to 16, Chad, when you make the playoffs, you certainly got something to be proud of, because there are 56 teams in the Class 2A, and that means 40 of them are done.
Yeah, it was me and Coach Evans were kind of talking there Monday night, and we're getting ready for practice, and Ian says, you know what? And I said, what's that? And he says, we're one of 16 teams in Class 2A that still be practicing. And he said, that's something you hang your hat on and something special. And it definitely is. And the boys, this is the best stretch of 3 practices that we've had all season long. So the boys are fired up, ready to go, and looking forward. Hopefully we'll have another good practice tomorrow night. And like you said, we have the assembly there, I believe at 6:30 down at Lakeview. And then we'll get ready to go hop on the bus Friday. We're stopping in Mount Pleasant for a little walk through and get the boys off the bus for that long bus ride and stretch the legs and walk through some stuff and hop back on and head up to Cornell College and hopefully take care of business.
The Big Reds will take on Mount Vernon. We'll talk a lot about that tonight when Coach Chuck Evans is on. But very exciting time. Congratulations to our Centerville Big Reds on being one of the final 16 in the Class 2A. We'll grab a break. When we come back, it's our In the Box segment. Caitlin Rogers joins us. She is a senior at CHS, and we'll visit with her, get to know a little bit about this young lady when we come back on Hy-Vee's The Bench.
Jim Ireland Menswear on the south side of the Centerville Square has got you covered when it comes to men's dress. Whether it be business or casual, Jim Ireland Menswear can help. From jeans to slacks, from dress shirts to golf shirts, Jim Ireland Menswear on the south side of the Centerville Square can help you look your best. And if you've got a wedding in your future, call Jim Ireland Menswear or stop by to talk about tux rentals. Jim Ireland Menswear on the south side of the Centerville Square.
This is Henry Ortman at the Annuity Shop in Centerville. Since the summer of 1987, I have been helping people with their IRA investments. I have many clients that contribute money into an IRA on a monthly basis, but I also have many retired clients that are receiving money on a monthly basis to help pay bills. That's called cash flow. Having an adequate amount of cash flow is very important. I give people monthly cash flow from their employees' retirement plans. We put the money into an IRA and then set up a systematic withdrawal plan that can be sent directly into your bank account. It's safe and convenient. I have many safe options for your retirement plan distribution from your employer. I'm Henry Ortman at the Annuity Shop in Centerville. I've been in business since 1987.
Centerville is your authorized truck defender dealer. Call 856-2500 or stop out and see them at 21317 Highway J46. Truck Defender, protect your investment at the lowest cost. Truck Defender offers 6 times the strength and durability of any other bumper and the industry's only lifetime manufacturer's craftsmanship warranty. It's constructed of heavy-duty reinforced aluminum and made in the USA. Designed and built on site for your specific model and special options. Mirror finish, lightweight, easy installation. Truck Defender bumpers. Ask about them today at RK Auto Body in Centerville. Founded in 1864, the Daily Hy-Vee is one of the oldest businesses in Centerville. Keep up on local news, sports, and all community events by reading the Daily Hy-Vee. You'll also find them online at dailyhywegian.com. That's dailyhywegian.com, where you'll find the latest in local news and much more. Subscribe today by calling 856-6336. That's 856-6336. The Daily Hy-Vee, the newspaper that cares about Appalachia County.
You are listening to The Bench on KCOG Centerville, presented by Hy-Vee. Russ Ocker, Chadley Koestner. Josh Bryce is off at some meetings tonight, so we're taking care of all the business here. So he's slacking off more than usual. Yeah, right, exactly. It is time for our In the Box segment, brought to you by Northside Insurance in Centerville. Calling the honor of the Drew at 856-3333. Northside Insurance in Centerville. We're joined tonight by senior Caitlin Rogers, and Caitlin is a cheerleader. She's in dance. She's a very active young lady, and we appreciate her stopping out. Caitlin, thanks for being here. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Thanks, Russ. And, well, I'm an active girl. I'm in cheerleading, and I dance at DXT, and I used to tumble, and so I'm always active, always busy. And, well, I have a lot of sports that I do, and I love doing them, and I love getting up every morning, every Tuesday and Thursday going to cheer, and I love Tuesday because I dance on Tuesday nights, and also work at Lucille's Taking Cheer, so
Okay.
I'm busy all the time.
Well, we're going to work on Caitlin's mic because I have something not working there, so we're going to flip a few switches on that mic and see if we can't figure out why that's not coming through, and we'll get to know this young lady a little bit here. See if that does us any good.
Hello, Russ?
All right, we'll grab a break. We'll get that fixed. We apologize for the technical difficulties. We'll come back right after this.
Since 1961, Pershey Roofing and Painting has been the name you trust in southern Iowa and northern Missouri for quality craftsmanship at a fair and honest wage. Pershey Roofing and Painting, third generation owned and operated, family ran with family pride. Call 641-895-5082. That's 641-895-5082. Pershey Roofing and Painting, the name you know, the name you trust in southern Iowa and northern Missouri. Call 641-895-5082. Pershey Roofing and Painting. Chico Construction provides a complete line of excavating equipment for all your water, sewer, and building needs. Whether it be residential, commercial, or agricultural, Chico Construction can help. Serving Centerville and southern Iowa for more than 40 years. Call Dave McCann at Chico Construction, 895-1980. That's Dave McCann at 895-1980. Chico Construction. For all your excavating needs, remember,
McCann can.
Sales and Associates Cook Insurance in Centerville and Corridon is proud to be a part of the Pitchfork Show. Give Sales and Associates a call today at 888-767-0239. That's 888-767-0239. Call them locally in Centerville at 856-3375. That's 856-3375. For all your insurance needs, call Sales and Associates Cook Insurance in Centerville and Corydon.
When it's time for new flooring in your home, be sure to check out J&L Flooring in Centerville. We are a family business where honesty and integrity come first. Whether you are looking for carpet, vinyl, or hardwood, tile, laminate, or luxury vinyl planks, you are always assured to get top quality products at affordable prices. We feature the latest in flooring trends and financing is available. Give us a call today at 856-6331 to schedule an appointment. Ask about our new mobile showroom. For those with busy schedules, we bring the showroom to you.
All right, we are back on the Pitch Sports Show. Apologize for some difficulties there. We flipped a few buttons on Caitlin's microphone and got it working, so we'll try this again. Caitlin Rogers is a senior at Centerville High School, very active young lady. Caitlin, you got a little trial run there talking to us, so we'll let you tell everybody else what all things you're involved with.
Well, thank you, Russ, for having me out here tonight. And like you said, I'm a very active girl. I dance at DXP on Tuesday nights, and I also cheer on Tuesdays and Thursday morning, which I love doing. I work at Lucille as well. I love that.
Okay. And tell me a little bit about your family then.
I live with my dad and my brother, which is 21. I lived with my dad since I was 3, and my mom lives in Michigan with my brother and sister as well. I love living with my dad, and I love seeing my mom every chance I get to see her.
Okay. We'll grab a break. We'll come back with more with Caitlin right after this.
Henley Dental in Centerville offers a full range of dental services, from regular exams to dental cosmetics. Henley Dental can help with all of your dental needs. Call today at 856-4103. That's 856-4103. They offer clear correct and porcelain veneers to help make that smile look better. And Dr. Nick Henley would like to remind you of the importance of scheduling a regular exam. You should have your teeth examined and cleaned every 6 months. To schedule your exam today, call 856-4103. That's 856-4103. Dr. Nick Henley at Henley Dental, 203 West Washington in Centerville.
There's no place like home, and there's no place like Northside Insurance to insure your home. We're your hometown insurance agency, which means we know you by name and will take time to understand your insurance needs. We can also help with your other insurance, such as auto, boat, farm, and business. Together with Allied Insurance, we'll design the insurance package that fits your needs. Call us today at 856-3333.
Quote to claim, we take care of you. Northside Insurance.
Hello, this is Billy Thomas of the Thomas Funeral Home. Have you considered the benefit of advanced funeral planning? You plan for your first car, your first home, your children's college, and your retirement. Planning makes sense. Guaranteed pricing, peace of mind, and the alleviation of stress on your family are just a few of the benefits of advanced funeral planning. Please feel free to pick up the phone or stop by the funeral home with any questions regarding advanced funeral planning.
Call the Thomas Funeral Home in Centerville at 856-4321 or in Bloomfield at 664-2353.
You are listening to The Pitch on KCOG Centerville, and we are, again, experiencing a little difficulties with one of our microphones, so we're going to Plan B. We have Caitlin Rogers on here. She is a senior at CHS. And all right, Caitlin, let's talk about, for starters, you say you're involved with cheerleading, so tell me a little bit about your cheerleading and what sports you cheer for.
I have cheered for 2 years at CHS, and I did my freshman year and now my senior year, and I've always done football. Football is so much fun to watch, and I always get into it. and sometimes it's so frustrating sometimes. But I love watching, and I scream so loud that my throat still hurts the next day, and it's a lot of fun. I love cheering, and I hope I can do it next year in college as well. I love it a lot.
And you guys seem to be, it's been a fun fall sports season, football, volleyball, everything, cross country as well. But it seems like the student body is really having a blast cheering for all of the athletes.
Yes, it's a very exciting year. I've been more involved this year, and I'm so happy that we have a supporting student body this year. They're more involved, and we're more entertained. This is an exciting year.
And then you're also very active in dance. So
yes.
Tell me about that.
I do hip-hop at DXP, and I also did tumbling last year. And I love the recital, the competition that we have in May, and I just love dancing.
What are your plans then after Centerville High School? You mentioned maybe wanting to cheerlead in college. Tell us where you're off to next year.
I plan to attend Indian Hills for a while, and then I'm going to transfer over to Kirkwood Community College for their vet tech program.
Okay. And you hope to cheer at Indian Hills?
Yes, I hope to cheer at both.
Okay. Awesome. All right. So when you're not doing the dance or the cheerleading, what are some of the other things you like to do? Got any other hobbies?
Well, I like to hang out with my friends. I also hang out with my boyfriend as well. I hang out with my parents and my son. I'm very involved with animals, and I'm also job shadowing at the vet animal hospital across from Casey.
Oh, outstanding.
Yeah.
So, that's Anthony White, Dr.
Yes.
Anthony White. Outstanding. So you want to be a vet someday?
A vet tech, yes,
A vet
correct.
tech, okay. So what's your favorite animals? What are some of your favorite animals?
Oh, I can never say I have a favorite animal, but I'm in love with cats.
So you own some cats?
Yes, I've always owned a cat since, I can't even remember, but yes, I have a cat.
And your cat's name?
It's Precious.
Okay. Do you have any dogs?
Yes, we have 3. We have a boy named Chico, and we have 2 girls. One is Princess and one is Miley.
Okay. All right. So you mentioned a boyfriend.
Yes.
Does he have a name?
His name is Cody Mackin.
Okay. I don't know him.
His birthday is actually today.
Well, but you better wish him a happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Cody.
And where does he go to school?
He is actually out of school.
Okay. All right. So what about now, like the homecoming dance? Did you go to the homecoming dance?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And did you take your boyfriend to that, or sometimes I know?
No, I just went with a couple of friends.
Okay. And you got the dress and all that?
Yeah.
How much? You mentioned earlier something about shopping, so would it be safe to say you like to shop?
Yes, I think every girl likes to shop. I love shopping, and I love just going out, and you always have to, well, boy doesn't really like shopping very much, taking your time and looking at every single pair of clothing, and so you always want to go with friends, so that's just a girl time.
Right. Yes, because guys typically, we like to buy, not shop. If we buy something, we go buy it. Now, Chad and I can hang out in the golf shop for a while, but not too long there either, really, without wanting to buy something. Okay, talk to me about school then. What are some of your favorite subjects in school?
I like college comp a lot this year. It definitely is a lot easier than I thought. At least this first semester it is.
Okay.
So, but last year I loved chemistry. Oh, I absolutely loved it. I would do it again, honestly. I love it so much.
Is that Mr. Kiley?
Nope, that is Miss Hand.
Okay. All right. And so this Friday night, the big football game, the football team's made the playoffs. Cheerleaders will be going up. So does you sense a little extra excitement that it's the playoffs? Do you feel a lot of pressure to get the crowd going?
Yes, we do. I think every single cheerleader is very excited and very happy to be going. And we are extremely proud to be cheering on the Big Reds this Friday.
All right. Caitlin Rogers is a senior at Centerville High School. Great young lady. Now, you ran for Miss Pancake Day. Tell me about that experience. Sounds like everybody just had a blast.
Yes, it was a lot of fun. And I actually, at the beginning, I wasn't for sure if I wanted to do it. And then after all of it, though, I'm happy I did it. I would honestly do it again because it was so much fun, and all the girls were so much fun to be around, and we were all very friendly and supported each other in everything.
You've talked about going to Indian Hills and then on to Kirkwood, but are you a Cyclone or Hawkeye by nature?
I'm a Hawkeye fan.
There you go. Atta girl. Yeah, that's to be proud of. You're a Hawkeye fan. Outstanding. Other than football, are there other sports that you like to watch?
I like watching cheer and I like watching dance, but no, football's probably my favorite sport.
Okay. And as far as dancing, you've been doing that now for how many years?
I've been doing that since we moved here from Florida, and we moved here when I was 7, so I've been doing that quite a while.
Outstanding. And you do competitions? How often do you go to competitions in the course?
We go to competitions every year in May.
Okay.
And we have recitals in April.
Is there a favorite dance style?
I've always done hip-hop. Hip-hop's my favorite.
Okay. And are they called styles? Are they called disciplines? What do you call that? Like the hip-hop, tango, two-step, tap, whatever. What do you call that?
I think we call them styles. Like,
okay.
There's tap, there's jazz. Oh, there's a whole bunch of different kinds. I actually was talking to a little girl the other night, and she says she does 23 dances.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was very amazed because I can't remember, let alone one. So I was just amazed that she can remember all that.
That's a lot of...
Yes.
Okay, Caitlin, it is time now for your 5 fast questions. This is where we really find out about you. Okay? What's your favorite color?
I would say my favorite color is pink.
Favorite celebrity?
Oh, Beyonce.
Okay. What's a pet peeve? What really ticks off Caitlin Rogers?
My biggest pet peeve probably would be ignoring me. I like to be listened.
Okay. I feel the same way. I get mad when people ignore me. It happens all the time. What's your middle name?
Marie.
Okay. And finally, you like to cheer. So if you could pick any 3 CHS faculty members and put them on the cheer squad with you girls as faculty cheerleaders for the night, put them in the cheerleading outfit, who would you pick to join the cheer squad as far as faculty members go?
I would pick Miss Markison because she was a cheerleader.
Okay.
I would also pick Miss Hill, and I would also pick probably Miss Valentine.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see if we can't make that happen. You think they would be willing to get in the cheerleading outfit and come out and cheer with you, gal?
They would probably not.
Well, Caitlin, thanks so much for stopping out. Thanks for being a great kid and representing our community. We wish you all the best.
Thank you for having me.
Caitlin Rogers, Centerville Senior. We appreciate her stopping out. We know she's going to be cheering loud on Friday night. Coach Matt Krusich coming up next. This is The Pit.
Henley Dental in Centerville offers a full range of dental services, from regular exams to dental cosmetics. Henley Dental can help with all of your dental needs. Call today at 856-4103. That's 856-4103. They offer clear correct and porcelain veneers to help make that smile look better. And Dr. Nick Henley would like to remind you of the importance of scheduling a regular exam. You should have your teeth examined and cleaned every 6 months. To schedule your exam today, call 856-4103. That's 856-4103. Dr. Nick Henley at Henley Dental, 203 West Washington in Centerville.
There's no place like home, and there's no place like Northside Insurance to insure your home. We're your hometown insurance agency, which means we know you by name and will take time to understand your insurance needs. We can also help with your other insurance, such as auto, boat, farm, and business. Together with Allied Insurance, we'll design the insurance package that fits your needs. Call us today at 856-3333.
Quote to claim, we take care of you. Northside Insurance.
Hello, this is Billy Thomas of the Thomas Funeral Home. Have you considered the benefit of advanced funeral planning? You plan for your first car, your first home, your children's college, and your retirement. Planning makes sense. Guaranteed pricing, peace of mind, and the alleviation of stress on your family are just a few of the benefits of advanced funeral planning. Please feel free to pick up the phone or stop by the funeral home with any questions regarding advanced funeral planning.
Call the Thomas Funeral Home in Centerville at 856-4321 or in Bloomfield at 664-2353.
You are listening to The Pitch on KCOG Centerville. Russ Ocker, Chadley Koestner, and we're joined now by Coach Matt Krusich to talk about our girls and boys cross country teams. Season came to a close. Coach, we didn't get anybody into state. And, he's always been probably the most polite kid I've ever coached and very nice. His parents they support the program really strongly. And, Grant's just been a super kid and, we're going to miss him also. Two other guys, Max Goodwin and, who's my other guy? Ian Paul Stover, who suffered a leg injury and didn't quite pan out this year. But, Max has been there all 4 years and, he can talk rocket science, he can talk Dungeons and Dragons, he can talk all these fun things, but he still goes out and runs cross country. And, I kind of get on him a little bit about his training because he likes to run and talk with his buddies instead of, really buckle down and wear himself out. But
sounds like your wife on the golf course.
Yeah,
really just there to visit, really.
Right. And you know what? That's okay. When you want to be part of a team and he's enjoying the social aspect of our teamwork. Still love having him on the team. And like I said, Ian was a good kid that we liked having around and very intelligent kid. And he just suffered a leg injury this year and just kind of, it was kind of like a shin splint type situation. And, he just wasn't able to run the way he was last year. So, but 4 great guys and we're going to miss all of them. And they each brought something special to the team. But like I said,
Braden was a great role model for our program, and I hope the younger kids latched on to the way he was this year because, with the young kids we have on the team, we had some outstanding freshmen and sophomores, and hopefully they'll catch on to that type of way of being.
Any seniors on the girls' side, or you all got everybody coming back?
No senior girls. So we'll have the whole group coming back, and I've already talked to all of them because some of them were just trying it out this year, and I didn't know for sure if they would be willing to come back. But I think everyone on the team really enjoyed their time on cross country, so I expect everyone that's not seniors to be back next year. So it'll be a lot of fun.
All right, Coach, good season. And the fun thing was you had a couple of home meets this year instead of just one, so that was nice. Got great weather for both of those, and we look forward to you continue to build on the cross-country program. Before we let you go, we got to talk a little bit about basketball because now you just take off one hat and put on the other, and you have a chance to have a pretty good season this year. You've got a pretty good group of boys.
Yeah, I don't want to rush into that just real quick because I know Coach Evans would kind of like me to hold off for a few more days at least, and I want to support the football team as far as they go, and so I'm not trying to rush them into the gym, even though that we've been shooting around a little bit on Sundays, and as soon as the football guys get their shooting in, I kind of kick them out of the gyms to avoid injury and keep them eligible for their team. But we've been getting up and down the floor just a little bit with the guys that aren't involved with the varsity football team, and it's exciting. Anytime this time of year is rolling around, it's exciting to see the kids coming in the gym. I walked through there tonight after school, and I had Colton Bloma and Dan Hargrave and Quentin Koestner were all three in the gym putting in some time. I think they was playing some 21 and just shooting around. And, I can tell they're chomping at the bit to get on the floor. And that's awesome. I mean, that motivates me as a coach because I know when they're chomping at the bit to go, I'm raring to go. And I think it'll be a lot of fun this year. Have some great senior leadership coming back with Brett Kosrich and Colton Bloma. I think they're going to be two very strong basketball players. And, the development of the juniors is really going to be something that is in great need to take the spots of, Tate Felton and Nate Grothy and Hunter Cowan. So, I'm hoping Logan Stickler and Dan Hargrave and Taylor McGran and even your boy Jackson Ocker, these guys gave me a lot of time in the off season, and hopefully they're ready to step up and play some varsity ball and, have a little bit of pressure thrown at them because last year it seemed like anytime they did take the floor, it was in situations that, it wasn't with the game on the line, and they're going to have to step up this year and really get after it and make some great things happen.
Well, Coach, thanks so much for stopping out. Great job with the cross-country team, and we'll give you a few weeks off here for daytime before I'm sure your wife is thinking, now it's every Wednesday night. Cross-country, we try to give you the fall off as much as we can, but, of course, we'll be looking forward to you coming on every Wednesday night throughout the basketball season and talking about our young men.
Well, I'm excited to do it. When I left home, she was in the hot tub, she's not feeling any pain there. So she's doing just fine.
Have it too rough.
But at the same time, I always look forward to talking about the kids, and I'm anxious to see what this team brings too, because I really think we do have a team that could do some great things this winter. So hopefully we'll be reporting some great news.
All right, Coach Matt Krusich, cross-country team wrapping up their season, and a great group of young men and women, which are 4 seniors on the boys' side, I think you mentioned, and everybody coming back or is eligible to come back anyway next year on the girls' side. So we'll look for great things again next year. We'll grab a break. We'll come back with more after this on Hy-Vee's The Pitch.
Jim Ireland Menswear on the south side of the Centerville Square has got you covered when it comes to men's dress. Whether it be business or casual, Jim Ireland Menswear can help. From jeans to slacks, from dress shirts to golf shirts, Jim Ireland Menswear on the south side of the Centerville Square can help you look your best. And if you've got a wedding in your future, call Jim Ireland Menswear or stop by to talk about tux rentals. Jim Ireland Menswear on the south side of the Centerville Square.
This is Henry Ortman at the Annuity Shop in Centerville. Since the summer of 1987, I have been helping people their IRA investments. I have many clients that contribute money into an IRA on a monthly basis, but I also have many retired clients that are receiving money on a monthly basis to help pay bills. That's called cash flow. Having an adequate amount of cash flow is very important. I give people monthly cash flow from their employees' retirement plans. We put the money into an IRA and then set up a systematic withdrawal plan that can be sent directly into your bank account. It's safe and convenient. I have many safe options for your retirement plan distribution from your employer. I'm Henry Ortman at the Annuity Shop in Centerville. I've been in business since 1987.
RK Auto Body in Centerville is your authorized truck defender dealer. Call 856-2500 or stop out and see them at 21317 Highway J46. Truck Defender, protect your investment at the lowest cost. Truck Defender offers 6 times the strength and durability of any other bumper and the industry's only lifetime manufacturer's craftsmanship warranty. Constructed of heavy-duty reinforced aluminum and made in the USA. Designed and built on site for your specific model and special options. Mirror finish, lightweight, easy installation. Truck Defender bumpers. Ask about them today at RK Auto Body in Centerville. Founded in 1864, the Daily Iowegian is one of the oldest businesses in Centerville. Keep up on local news, sports, and all community events by reading the Daily Iowegian. You'll also find them online at dailyiwegian.com. That's dailyiwegian.com, where you'll find the latest in local news and much more. Subscribe today by calling 856-6336. That's 856-6336. The Daily Iowegian, the newspaper that cares about Appomattox County.
You're listening to The Pitch on KCOG Centerville, presented by your local Hy-Vee store. Russ Ocker, Chadley Koestner. Josh Rice unable to be with us tonight. He's off at the store meetings, I believe, so we'll make it fly without him. We're joined now by Coach Denny Whitlow to talk Mohawk football. The Mohawks wrap up their season. And, Coach, I know you always want to be in the playoffs, but if you're not going to be, there's not much of a better way to end the season than a win over Melcher.
Yeah, we're a year late here with, finished 4th in the district. Last year would have made the playoffs, but, the switch of the state set it up. It just wasn't in our cards this year. But, yeah, going out, beating one of our biggest rivals, Melcher Dallas, and beating them with a score of 78-30. Good way to end the season for these seniors that we had.
Well, Melcher, on paper, it looked like that would be a really good football game. So do you get the sense that your guys just came out and put it on them, or do you think you were that much better than them, or is just your guys were more ready to go?
They had a pretty high-powered offense, but I felt like our defense did a really good job of shutting down a lot of things that they were trying to do. They like trying to hit instead of running the ball a whole lot. They would try to hit little 3- and 4-yard dump passes, and our defensive backs and linebackers really did a good job of stepping up after the first quarter of shutting that down. They scored 14 points the first quarter, and we were able to score, I think, 30, but we went back and forth the first couple of series, and once we made a couple of adjustments, then the only other score they had in the first half was they ran a kickoff back on us. So, I felt like, we kind of settled in, and they had a hard time stopping our offense. 5-6 years ago when we made the playoffs, we ran the option a lot, and we've kind of brought that back in this year and started using that a lot more the second half of the season. And with Hunter Arbogast, our quarterback, Hunter's a very smart kid, and does an awesome job of reading the option, and they had a really hard time stopping our option game. Chase Snyder, our fullback, did a really good job on the fakes up the middle or giving it to him, so that was really good. There was one play that I watched on film where we did the ride and came back out, and Hunter was about 30 yards down the field, and 3 of their players were turning to walk back to the huddle because they thought that the play was over because they tackled our fullback, Chase Snyder, and Hunter, like I said, was 30 yards down the field and scored. So if we can keep doing those type of things, coming in next year, and Hunter just gets better at that, I think, with our double wing spinner back type thing, just another deception, and that will definitely help us out.
Well, talk to me about your seniors. Obviously, that's always difficult this time of year. When the season comes to a close, it brings to a close some pretty good careers, and I know you've got a great group of kids that you're going to miss.
Yeah, I wrote them down before, so I didn't forget anybody tonight. The other night after our game, the Albia radio station, they called me and had me speak, and I about forgot 1 or 2 of them, so I figured I better write them down tonight so I didn't forget any. But, yeah, start off with Cole Hyde. Cole's been a 2-year lineman starter for us this year. He's going to be really, really missed. He was a defensive end last year and was almost a shutdown defensive end for us. Teams didn't want to run his way very well, and this year we had to move him to linebacker just because we lacked linebackers this year, and he really stepped in and did an awesome job of playing linebacker, and Cole's really wanting to go play somewhere in college, and I'm hoping he gets that opportunity. But he's been looking around a lot, and he's going to have some decisions, I think, to make. Have Dallas Price. Dallas this year stepped in as our tailback, and had I think 3 or 4 100-yard games, and played defensive end for us, and did a really good job there. And he's just a hard-working kid, and he was in the weight room all summer long. He wants to make senior year all he can of it, so I'm really proud of him. Jake Martin, it was kind of disappointing. Jake got a concussion in the Colonesco game the week before and wasn't able to play his last game. He was our wide receiver, and he was our other defensive end, and Jake made some really good catches and was a leader out there showing, our young guys, because we have a lot of young wide receivers, showing them correct way to run routes, things like that. And was a smart player on the defensive side of the ball. And, again, another kid we're going to miss a lot. Then we had a couple of guys that really this is their first year of getting a lot of varsity experience, and that's Skylar Smith and Austin Wilson. They played tight end for us and ran plays in. And then Austin played some defensive tackle. Skylar played some linebacker subbing in for us. And, like I said, they made the most of their opportunities this year as seniors and, just good overall kids. Had Chase Snyder. Chase has been a 2-year starting linebacker for us and ran plays in last year with Trevor Cormany as one of our running backs. And Chase just a hard-nosed kid, and that's what you want. Kid doesn't say hardly anything at all, but he just works as hard as he can all the time. So he was a great leader on the football team. Had Jordan Howe. This is Jordan's first year out as a senior. He said, he told me at the end of last year, he goes, Coach, I haven't played a sport ever in high school. He goes, but, he realized he was going to be a senior. He wanted to start doing some more activities and came out for football. And big, strong kid, but, he definitely missed those first 3 years. He was learning a lot, and he saw improvement every single game out of Jordan. And, it was great to have him out. Kind of got to know him a little bit more. I hadn't had him a whole lot in school, so it was nice to get to know him. Then we had Sam Duras. Sam came here, foreign exchange student from Slovakia, and it was disappointing second game of the season. He got rolled up into and ruptured his meniscus and was not able to play. He played like three plays all he got to play. He plays football over in Slovakia, and so that was really the reason why he was wanting to come to the United States, was to actually play football in the United States. And for a season to kind of go out the way it was, kind of disappointing. He was pretty heartbroken about it, but I think he had a lot of fun, got to meet a lot of the guys, and he's going to take some knowledge back to Slovakia because it's a pretty new sport over there. And then last and definitely not least, Quentin Castile. I mean, there's not hardly enough words I could say about Quentin. Like I said here for the rest of your show and talk about Quentin. And that kid's just a great kid, comes from a great family. And if I had 16 Quentin Castiles on my football team, there's no doubt we'd be fighting for the dome every single year. I mean, the kid's a hard-working kid on the field. He's a leader. The young kids look up to him. And, he's been an offensive defensive lineman for us, the last couple of years. And kid just has a motor that doesn't quit. And, for a kid that's 5'10", 230 pounds, the way he gets up and down the field, chases running backs down, 10 yards downfield if they go the opposite way. Just the way that the kid plays is the way you want every one of your kids to play football or any sport that they're going to participate in. So somebody's going to have to really step up to fill his shoes.
We'll grab a break. We'll come back and put finishing touches on this season and talk to Coach Whitlow about what he has coming back and his thoughts for next year. And we'll even let him talk a little wrestling before he gets out of here, because much like Coach Mac Trusic flipping from one hat to the other now, Coach Whitlow will get a little break before he moves into the winter sports season. So we'll talk about all of that when we come back on Hy-Vee Pitch.
Since 1961, Pershey Roofing and Painting has been the name you trust in southern Iowa and northern Missouri for quality craftsmanship at a fair and honest wage. Pershey Roofing and Painting, third generation owned and operated, family ran with family pride. Call 641-895-5082. That's 641-895-5082. Pershey Roofing and Painting, the name you know, the name you trust in southern Iowa and northern Missouri. Call 641-895-5082. Pershey Roofing and Painting. Chico Construction provides a complete line of excavating equipment for all your water, sewer, and building needs. Whether it be residential, commercial, or agricultural, Chico Construction can help. Serving Centerville and Southern Iowa for more than 40 years. Call Dave McCann at Chico Construction, 895-1980. That's Dave McCann at 895-1980. Chico Construction. For all your excavating needs, remember,
McCann can.
Sales and Associates Cook Insurance in Centerville and Corridon is proud to be a part of the Pitch Sports Show. Give Sales and Associates a call today at 888-767-0239. That's 888-767-0239. Call them locally in Centerville at 856-3375. That's 856-3375. For all your insurance needs, call Sales and Associates Cook Insurance in Centerville and Corridon.
When it's time for new flooring in your home, be sure to check out J&L Flooring in Centerville. We are a family business where honesty and integrity come first. Whether you are looking for carpet, vinyl, or hardwood, tile, laminate, or luxury vinyl planks, you are always assured to get top quality products at affordable prices. We feature the latest in flooring trends and financing is available. Give us a call today at 856-6331 to schedule an appointment. Ask about our new mobile showroom. For those with busy schedules, we bring the showroom to you.
You're listening to The Pitch on KCOG Centerville. Russ Ocker, Chad Lee Koestner. And we're visiting with Coach Denny Whitlow about Mohawk football. Their season came to a close with a big win over Belcher Dallas. What a great way to wrap it up, Coach. But I know you'd like to still be playing, but all in all, your team had a pretty successful season.
Yeah, and I really feel like we would have played the two teams in the district that we lost to 10 times. I think we would have pretty well split them. We found ways to lose both those games against HLV and Colonesco, and nothing, not to take away from them, but just the mistakes that we made cost us those games, and that's the reason why we're sitting at home, and HLV's in, and Colonesco's sitting at home too. I know I heard they made a couple mistakes against HLV as well, so props to them and Twin Cedars, and hopefully wish them good luck in the playoffs. But yeah, I really feel, when I look back at the season, that we could have definitely been in one of those top two spots, and I think that's the part that's most heartbreaking about it, is I know that we could have definitely been there.
Well, you've got, you lost some good seniors, but you got some great kids coming back. So talk to me about the future of your program and what you expect next year.
Yeah, we already talked a little bit about Hunter Arbogast. Hunter's a sophomore, quarterback stepped in this year and did a really good job. I think Hunter only threw 2 or 3 interceptions this year with like 12 or 13 touchdowns. So if you're a sophomore coming in and is able to do that, as long as he, can continue to learn and keeps working at it, I think, he could possibly be one of the best quarterbacks we ever have come through Moravia. I mean, if he's setting these kind of marks already as a sophomore, and like I said, he's a very smart kid, and runs the ball well, and passes the ball, smart about his passes, and then he also plays defensive back for us. And you saw him as the season went on, did a really good job of improving as a defensive back. Probably needs to improve his speed a little bit more, but he's out for track, which that's the one thing that you always want your football players to be out for, is track. And so I know his speed will come, only being a sophomore, having 2 more years for that. Have Nick Martin, who's a junior, be a senior next year. He kind of did a little bit of everything for us this year. Nick ran plays in some with Dallas Price at tailback to kind of keep those two fresh. And then when Skylar Smith and Austin Wilson went down a little bit this season as a tight ends, Nick kind of went in there and played some tight end. And then the other night, he had to take over for big brother Jake after Jake had his concussion, and played the end of the Colonesco game as a wide receiver, and then came in and played Friday night and had 3 or 4 passes. He didn't ever get in the end zone, but had some big passes or catches for us, and did a really good job there. So he'll probably move back to tailback next year unless somebody else steps up. And, so we're looking forward to that. We've got Brock Sheldon, who was our center this year. Brock Sheldon, yeah. He hurt his thumb the other night and wasn't able to play in the Melcher game, so we had to move Cole Ballinger in there. Cole's another kid that's a sophomore and be a junior next year, so I think we'll have Brock and Cole back coming up. They'll be playing 2 of our lineman positions, so we'll have 1 open lineman position that some kids are going to step up into. We got A.J. Green, which is Dallas Price's brother, and he's a junior, he'll be a senior next year, so he's definitely going to have to up his minutes and get in the weight room and work out. And so we got some solid kids there, and we have some freshmen that will be sophomores next year that really saw a lot of improvement last year. And, so we're going to definitely have some big holes to fill, but, takes that time in the off season and stuff like that. And hopefully some of those kids are willing to step up and improve, and we can be fighting for top of the district again next year.
All right, Coach. Congratulations on a successful football season. Now you take that hat off, and we'll be rolling into the winter sports season. You don't get a lot of break before you get on the match. Give me, a little preview of what you expect from your wrestling team.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this year's wrestling team. We definitely lost our big gun last year with Briar Cocker, and Briar's up at Iowa State now, wrestling up at Iowa State, and it's kind of fun to hear some of his war stories already from up at Iowa State and just the things that they've been doing. And so I can't wait for him to get back to talk to the boys some and tell them, what it takes to, be a top athlete and what he's going through up there. But, we'll have Quentin Castile back, Nick Martin. Nick finished 6th last year at state at 126. Quentin finished 8th last year at 220. So those will definitely be our leaders coming back to wrestling. But we'll have kids like Jake Martin, Dallas Price, Logan Mitchell from Seymour. We've got Dalen Fenton coming back. He didn't go out last year. Has some problems with his knees. He's from Moulton. So he'll come back too. We've got Alan Parlier, who was our 106-pounder last year. He'll be 106 to 113. He was a district qualifier last year as well. We had 6 guys qualify for districts last year, 3 that made the state, and 5 out of those 6 are returning. And our sectional and district pairings just came out today, so I got a little bit of time to look at those. And one team that we'll see this year that we didn't see last year there is Sigourney, and they've usually got a pretty solid team. And we've got Pleasantville in there too, and they're usually pretty solid. But we see them throughout the season, so we'll see where we compare with them. But I think we should be able to fill pretty much a full lineup, if not a full lineup this year. If all the kids that were telling me just a few weeks ago they were going out, hold to that and keep their word. We had about 20, 21 kids that said they were going to go out for wrestling. That would be by far the most kids we've had in Moravia wrestling for a long time. So we're excited about the numbers, excited about how the kids are actually now kind of spread out weight class wise, where we can possibly fill, a whole lineup. I really think last year, if we could have filled a few more spots, we would have made the regional duels last year. But Southeast Warren, they just had a few more kids, and were able to score some points where other schools didn't have as many kids there, and so they might have got a 4th place finish where we were getting zeros because we didn't have the kids. So, that's exciting for us this year to maybe have a full lineup and be able to get those when it comes to sectionals. And our goal is to get all those boys that were in districts last year, get them all 5 of those to state, and hopefully bring a few more through and be a contender up at the state tournament next year.
And your cross-country team, I know they had their postseason event. How did that go?
They didn't get anybody qualified through, but I think almost every one of them improved their times for the last the regional meet of the season. So, they were really happy with that. Tucker Babbitt, I think, was he was the top one for the boys, and I think he improved his time by it was a minute or something like that. So that was really impressive that he did that. But just like anywhere, very good kids up there at that regional meet, and a lot of those kids first year experience. So I know Darcy's hoping that all those kids come back next year, and she can just keep building that cross country program. She loves being around the kids and enjoys running. So she just likes to give her love of running to those kids, and just give them a passion. I know a bunch of them are going to go to I think it's the Living History Farms race, which is in November. It's kind of a longer race, like 7 miles, and they run through creeks and climb up hills and under barbed wire fence, a bunch of different stuff. So I know a bunch of the kids wanted to go to that. So she said, "I'll take you if you want to go." So they signed up, paid for it, and they're going to that. So she's going to keep them running for a while. So I know she's pretty excited about that as well.
All right, Coach Jenny Whitlow, thanks for stopping out and being here all season, and we wish you the best of luck. We'll visit with you again this winter, I'm sure.
All right, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
This is The Pitch on KCOG Centerville. We're back at
Henley Dental in Centerville offers a full range of dental services, from regular exams to dental cosmetics. Henley Dental can help with all of your dental needs. Call today at 856-4103. That's 856-4103. They offer Clear Correct and porcelain veneers to help make that smile look better. And Dr. Nick Henley would like to remind you of the importance of scheduling a regular exam. You should have your teeth examined and cleaned every 6 months. To schedule your exam them today. Call 856-4103. That's 856-4103. Dr. Nick Henley at Henley Dental, 203 West Washington in Centerville.
There's no place like home, and there's no place like Northside Insurance to insure your home. We're your hometown insurance agency, which means we know you by name and will take time to understand your insurance needs. We can also help with your other insurance, such as auto, boat, farm, and business. Together with Allied Insurance, we'll design the insurance package that fits your needs. Call us today at 856-3333.
Quote to claim, we take care of you. Northside Insurance.
Hello, this is Billy Thomas of the Thomas Funeral Home. Have you considered the benefit of advanced funeral planning? You plan for your first car, your first home, your children's college, and your retirement. Planning makes sense. Guaranteed pricing, peace of mind, and the alleviation of stress on your family are just a few of the benefits of advanced funeral planning. Please feel free to pick up the phone or stop by the funeral home with any questions regarding advanced funeral planning.
Call the Thomas Funeral Home in Centerville at 856-4321 or in Bloomfield at 664-2353. Jim Ireland Menswear on the south side of the Centerville Sioux Cupboard when it comes to men's dress. Whether it be business or casual, Jim Ireland Menswear can help. From jeans to slacks, from dress shirts to golf shirts, Jim Ireland Menswear on the south side of the Centerville Square can help you look your best. And if you've got a wedding in your future, call Jim Ireland Menswear or stop by to talk about tux rentals. Jim Ireland Menswear on the south side of the Centerville Square.
This is Henry Ortman at the Annuity Shop in Centerville. Since the summer of 1987, I have been helping people with their IRA investments. I have many clients that contribute money into an IRA on a monthly basis, but I also have many retired clients that are receiving money on a monthly basis to help pay bills. That's called cash flow. Having an adequate amount of cash flow is very important. I give people monthly cash flow from their employees' retirement plans. We put the money into an IRA and then set up a systematic withdrawal plan that can be sent directly into your bank account. It's safe and convenient. I have many safe options for your retirement plan distribution from your employer. I'm Henry Ortman at the Annuity Shop in Centerville. I've been in business since 1987.
RK Auto Body in Centerville is your authorized truck defender dealer. Call 856-2500 or stop out and see them at 21317 Highway J46. Truck Defender, protect your investment at the lowest cost. Truck Defender offers 6 times the strength and durability of any other bumper and the industry's only lifetime manufacturer's craftsmanship warranty. It's constructed of heavy-duty reinforced aluminum and made in the USA. Designed and built on site for your specific model and special option. Mirror finish, lightweight, easy installation. Truck Defender bumpers. Ask about them today at RK Auto Body in Centerville. Founded in 1864, the Daily Iowegian is one of the oldest businesses in Centerville. Keep up on local news, sports, and all community events by reading the Daily Iowegian. You'll also find them online at dailyiowegian.com. That's dailyiowegian.com, where you'll find the latest in local news and much more. Subscribe today by calling 856-6336. That's 856-6336. The Daily Iowegian, the newspaper that cares about Appomattox County.
You are listening to The Pitch on KCOG Centerville. Russ Ocker along with the Hall of Famer Chad Lee Koestner. And we are celebrating what has been a tremendous fall sports season as the Centerville Redettes had a historic volleyball season. We had a couple of home cross-country meets and some all-conference runners there, and we've got a football team that's in the postseason, and that is an exciting fall sports season. And we're joined now by the AD, Rich Parker. And Rich, this has been one of our best fall seasons in a long time. I don't got to be the AD, right?
I'm not going to argue with you on that one. I'm totally kidding. No, we've been pretty fortunate this year. We had some good ball players come through, some hardworking kids that really get after it on the court and the field. And that stuff pays off.
Well, you've got, the volleyball team, obviously, we were hoping last night, but boy, the girls fought hard. I know we're going to celebrate them and all of our fall sports things going on tomorrow night. So give us the scoop as to what's going on tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night, we're just calling it kind of a community pep rally.
We're going to be down at Lakeview at 6:30. Well, everybody's welcome to come in, just kind of show the support. It is to celebrate our volleyball season and our cross country and our cadets and our cheers, and the band and everybody that's been working hard this fall, and all of our activities. But it's really to send our football team off to Mount Vernon with a good positive attitude and pump them up a little bit and let them know we're behind them.
Football team has made the postseason. It was exciting. We got the win last Friday night, and then you sit around and had to wait to see if we were in as a wild card, and then we don't find out till Saturday morning who we play. I thought it was pretty neat what they did with the selection show.
I did too. It resembled the NCAA tournament. I know Coach Kovakovich had some boys over and watched it on the computer. And I really liked it. Now I know Kyle did not care for it. Kyle, we had that discussion. I think he did a little different venue with that than I am. But I thought it was really neat. The kids were excited, and I hope they keep doing it that way.
The only thing I missed is I thought they might have the camera at Kobach's house and go there and watch our guys.
We try to avoid cameras at Kobach's house at all costs.
It has been a great fall, and everybody's talking around here about raising the bar and all of that stuff, and it seems like that's happening. There's a lot of excitement around CHS.
Yeah, there is. And it's not only kids, it's the staff, it's the coaches, it's the community. And I don't know about raising the bar and all that stuff. I just know what as a kid growing up, what it was like to be around enthusiastic people. That want to do what it takes to win, that want to do what it takes to make you a better person, to teach kids, to coach kids. And, the more we can get that to rub off on people and come together as just one whole entity there at the high school, all of our activities. We don't want to talk about, well, the band does this and the softball team gets to do this. And, we are Centerville. And that's what I want it to be. I want it to be one great big unit that just works together all the time.
I think our volleyball, what I've seen with the crowds and the games that I've been to, it's pretty awesome to see what those girls have done in the last few years to generate all that excitement, because I don't think it's always been that way.
No, I'll be honest with you. I didn't go to a lot of volleyball games. My daughters graduated quite a few years ago. But when they did play, you'd be lucky to have 120 people there, maybe, and we had some good volleyball teams go through. But last night's event was one of the coolest things I've seen in a long time. We had, I would say, close to 1,000 people there, somewhere in that ballpark. I know we sold about 700 tickets, which means there's going to be a lot more people than that, that don't buy with the kids and the coaches and everybody. But on one mistake I made, well, not a mistake, I guess, but I opened the doors up to the gym to cool it off. And when you do that, it moves your signs for the home and visitor. And so I looked up and I saw these Eddyville kids sitting down on our side. And I thought, well, that's odd. Why were they down there? Well, I looked at the sign. Well, the visitor sign was pointing right there. So by that time, there was 50-some of them down. And I said, you know what? We'll just let it be for now. But actually, it ended up working out real well. I got to give a lot of credit to the Eddyville crowd, Eddyville kids. They were very sportsmanship-oriented, responded to everything we asked them to do. And I thought the back and forth between them was good with our kids and their kids. So it was just a really loud, cool atmosphere, I thought.
I know the student body support has been tremendous there, and I know it's tremendous for the football. That there's the pep bus. I know it sounds like it's full, and I know that there's some. Obviously, we'd love to be able to take another one, but you have somebody to get kids home from school. So it's good to see, though, that there is such a demand for that.
It is, and when that pep bus filled up, I think they said in about 10 minutes. And if we could have took 3, I think we could have filled them. The problem is when you leave at 3:30, we have to have route drivers, and we just don't have enough people. So for those of you that are wishing for another pep bus, I wish we could have one too. We just don't have anybody to drive them. So have to make your way up there.
And thanks to the school and the football parents and the booster club and some generous people, the boys are going to go up in style.
Yeah. We're fortunate enough to have some groups out there, and some private donors that helped us get Hawkeye Stages to bring down a nice charter bus and let the kids ride comfortably. And I know Coach Evans has talked about maybe making a little stop over Mount Pleasant, let them stretch out a little bit, walk around, maybe walk through some things, go to the bathroom, that sort of stuff, and then refocus all the way up to Mount Vernon. Because it's in that bus, it'll be about 3 hours.
We've seen some great things with our facilities. The football field has looked phenomenal this year. We got the new scoreboard from the last year. We got the goalpost, and it just has looked great. We've got great things going on at the gym. what are some of the things in the near future? What can you tell us that's in the works?
Well, facility-wise?
Yeah.
Well, that's a great question.
I know there's a wrestling room, actually.
That's a big one. That's a big one. Thanks for pointing that out.
Yeah.
We actually are pushing ground on that this Sunday at 4 o'clock. Wow. A little ceremony, so if you'd like to, people like to come out, I think we're going to lay the plans out on the table so people can see what it looks like. There's been some mixed emotions about that wrestling room. The upfront issue was how much money it was going to cost. This has been an ongoing thing for a long time with Pepple. It was promised in Pepple that this would get done, and it hadn't gotten done. So to me, we're just following through with what the people voted yes for 5 years ago. But as far as the cost goes, we're going to do it right. It's going to be something we can add on to later if and when that time comes to add a gym, add locker rooms, add maybe even parts of the school. It's gonna look aesthetically good, and it's gonna fit in right with what we need. So it should be outstanding when we're done. It'll be one of the nicest ones you've ever seen, probably.
Historically, we've had such a proud wrestling tradition, and the numbers have been down over the last few years. I know we've got some great kids coming in junior high. This is something that, nobody likes to see a price tag, really, but it is, as you said, it was voted in, and it's something that it's got to be done. Those kids have had really, they've been left out on facilities.
Yeah, if you could call a team homeless, that would be the wrestlers for the last 38 odd years, however long we've had wrestling. They wrestled up on the mezzanine when you guys were in school, which was okay. Everything they've done was okay. But if you told the basketball team, hey guys, this year I need you to practice in the cafeteria, that probably wouldn't go over that well. So I'm just happy that this program, like you said, which is a storied program here at Centerville, is going to have a place to call home. And I really think that the numbers will increase when kids see the pride we're taking in this program now, and that they've got a place to go. I think the kids are just going to love it, and it's going to spark interest.
Rich Parker is our AD, and I know it goes beyond sports a little bit too. We have, I believe, and I'm hoping next week we'll have somebody on to talk about it. I know we got play coming up, and I know you would oversee the band as well. All things activity wise.
Sure. Yeah, I think
you're not teaching anybody how to play.
I'm not teaching. No, you know how to play the guitar. You know how to play a couple instruments, but as far as teaching somebody, I don't do that. So yeah, if
teach them how to Google, right?
Google that. That boy, if they'd had that when I was growing up, I'd be a lot better guitar player right now. But yeah, if a kid's in an activity, I'm kind of in charge of that activity. And yes, we have a lot of kids, about 40 kids that have been participating in practicing for and rehearsing for the musical "You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown." It's going to be next Friday and Saturday night. It's going to be at 7:30 at Simon Estes. We have kids ranging from 1st grade to 12th grade. And from what I've seen, and I've watched them rehearse a little bit, talked to Mrs. Durley, it's hilarious. They said it's just really, really good. I've actually seen this. I told her I couldn't wait to see how it held up, because the last one I saw was pretty good. So,
well, thanks for stopping by. I know you're fired up for what's happened this fall, and I know you're very fired up for Friday night as the AD. I'm guessing you don't necessarily you probably don't get in on the watching of the film or anything necessarily. Maybe you have, but no. I know that we're going to have our hands full, but our boys, from what I can gather, they seem to feel like they got a shot at this thing.
Well, they should, and I hope they enjoy this entire week, the whole experience, because not too many. Chad, did you get to go to the playoffs when you played?
No, I did not.
It's something that I would say most high school football players go through their life and not make the playoffs. So I just hope these kids enjoy it. They'll play hard, and they're confident. They should be confident. They've done their job right now. It's a tall task, but you know what? Penn State had a tall task last week to get to Ohio State, and they pulled it off. So you never know. It's high school football.
All right. As always, thanks for visiting with us, and we look forward to tomorrow night, 6:30 at Lakeview. Right?
6:30 at Lakeview tomorrow night, and then 7 o'clock Friday night for the. Been 7:30, but this one is definitely 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock.
All right, thanks, Rich. Hy-Vee's the pitch after this.
Since 1961, Pershey Roofing and Painting has been the name you trust in southern Iowa and northern Missouri for quality craftsmanship at a fair and honest wage. Hershey Roofing and Painting, third generation owned and operated, family ran with family pride. Call 641-895-5082. That's 641-5082. Hershey Roofing and Painting, the name you know, the name you trust in southern Iowa, northern Missouri. Call 641-895-5082. Hershey. Pico Construction provides a complete line of excavating equipment for all your water, sewer, and building needs. Whether it be residential, commercial, or agricultural, Chico Construction can help. Serving Centerville and southern Iowa for more than 40 years. Call Dave McCann at Chico Construction, 895-1980. That's Dave McCann at 895-1980. Chico Construction. For all your excavating needs, remember,
McCann can.
Sales and Associates Cook Insurance in Centerville and Corydon is proud to be a part of the Pitchfork Show. It's a call today at 888-767-0239. That's 888-767-0239. Call them locally in Centerville at 856-3375. That's 856-3375. For all your insurance needs, call Sales and Associates Cook Insurance in Centerville and Corydon.
When it's time for new flooring in your home, be sure to check out J&L Flooring in Centerville. We are a family business where honesty and integrity come first. Whether you are looking for carpet, vinyl, or hardwood, tile, laminate, or luxury vinyl planks, you are always assured to get top quality products at affordable prices. We feature the latest in flooring trends and financing is available. Give us a call today at 856-6331 to schedule an appointment. Ask about our new mobile showroom. For those with busy schedules, we bring the showroom to you.
You are listening to The Pitch on KCOG Centerville, and we are presented by Hy-Vee each and every week. And a lot of great things going on out here at Hy-Vee, I see some Cheetos or Fritos, 3 for $5. Ice cream, Hy-Vee brand, ice cream or sherbet, $1.88. This is part of the 2-day sale that starts tomorrow and Friday. And lots of fuel saver deals as well out here over the next few days. Check it out. More from the 2-day. You get Hy-Vee condensed tomato or chicken noodle soup, 39 cents. You better get yourself a bucket of chicken. Look at there, Chadley. 8-piece crispy tender chicken leg bucket, $6. That's tomorrow and Friday on their 2-day sale. So a lot of great things. And don't forget to get out here. Use your Fuel Saver Perks Plus card and get yourself eligible to win that pickup truck. We are presented again each and every week by Hy-Vee. And Indian Hills Community College second annual Halloween costume softball game. That is tomorrow at Pat Doherty Field. The game starts at 6 p.m. Best Halloween, that's Friday, excuse me. That's Friday, October 28th at Pat Doherty Field. Game starts at 6 p.m. Best Halloween costume contest will be held at 7 p.m. Contest for best costume kids, age 0 to 17. Contest for best costume Indian Hills students. First and second and third place prizes will be awarded. Activities will include having your picture taken with the baseball players, running the bases and costume contest, bags of candy awarded for participation. Submission to the game is free for everyone in costume. Falcon baseball players and coaches will be in costume, and it's sponsored by the Student Senate. That is Friday night, 6 o'clock, out there at Indian Hills. It's the second annual Halloween costume. So I think I'll go to that. Yeah, you don't have anything else going on, right? No, you're good to go on Friday. Friday, yeah, there you go. You can go as a D-back coach. That's right. That's your costume. All right, Coach Tom Hill joins us now, Red Hat volleyball coach. Boy, I tell you what, obviously you'd like to be sitting here talking about the next match, but the season came to a close last night. You knew it was going to be tough with Eddyville Blakesburg. Not surprised to see it go 5 games. What an effort by your young ladies and what a season.
It was, that day after, you coach for, you put so much effort into things and you work with these kids for, we started in the summertime and today has been kind of a pretty empty day for me personally. It's one of those times I'm just like, your system's already get jacked up for practice there after school, and we got done with school and I'm sitting there going, okay, well, don't have practice today. And that was tough. So, it was, last night was a great night. It was great volleyball. And like you said, we just came out on the wrong end of the win-loss column there. And I couldn't have been more proud of our kids. I hope everybody that showed up had a great time and and I appreciated all the support that we got last night. That was a neat experience. It was, I had more than one person tell me about that in the fourth match or the fourth set there. When we tied it, that was probably one of the loudest times I've ever been in Lakeview. When we tied it at like 24-24, I think it was, and that place was rocking, and that was such a great experience for our kids and for our community and everything. So that's a very proud moment for myself and our kids, and proud moment for Centerville, I think, too. So.
Well, we touched on this a little bit with Rich Parker, but do you think your girls over the last few years understand the difference they've made, and that it hasn't always been that way crowd-wise? I mean, when you've got big matches now, you're packing the gym,
I think they understand that, especially our senior group, because the seniors were kind of the junior high kids when we were just getting things to a level that we felt, to a level where we were being competitive every night. I think they've seen it. Some of these younger kids, that's kind of the norm for them, which I think is a good thing. I think that's great that that's just kind of a given that we have to perform at this level to have that kind of support. But you bring that up, it was, last night after the match was over, Christy Demery and I were sitting around and just kind of trying to decompress a little bit, and we're talking about how 10 years ago when we kind of took this thing over, would you ever imagine that we would have been in an environment there in Centerville like that for a regional volleyball match? And it was neat. It was pretty humbling actually at times. And I don't try to pay much attention to the crowd all the time, but when it was that loud, it was so cool. It was such a neat experience. So it was a great season. It was a great season for our kids. So.
Well, student body-wise, it's like the thing to do. It seems like the kids just can't wait to get to the volleyball game.
And that's great. As I know, that's different. I know that wasn't always the case. And I know Coach Evans does a great job promoting, our program too, and we try to do the same for his. But I know the football boys were just, they were talking to me all day like, man, Evans is going to keep us till 7:15. We're not. I'm sure we're going to make it on. We'll be there, but we're not. I don't know when we're going to be there. But I'm like, well, I said, why don't you guys go bust it a little bit in practice, and maybe I'll let you out early and whatever. But no, they showed great support for our girls, and they definitely made Lakeview. We had a pep assembly, and they're on right before yesterday, and I told them I want to know if you saw the Syracuse coach do his locker room post game. And we kind of did something like that there at the pep assembly. I said, whose house is this? And they were, it's our house. And it's great to have that kind of a home court advantage for volleyball. And in our big gym, it was never been quite a home court all the time because of how big our gym is. And now you get people in there. Now it's becoming more and more of an issue for our opponents, and great thing for our kids to play in front of. So.
Well, I know the difficult thing is saying goodbye to seniors. Where you've got some great ones. I know that was probably a very difficult task.
Yeah, that was a tough one. The locker room was not a. We'll put it this way. It was pretty emotional across the board. Our kids were very. I think they were very disappointed. But at the same time, they knew they'd give a lot of effort last night and give everything they had. And it's tough to accept that sometimes. And I told them, I said, this is a situation where when you lost this last game, it wasn't like we didn't lose last night. We got beat. And there's a big difference. I think that's been kind of a neat mentality there. Kid was, we don't accept being average now. And I think that's a huge thing for our kids and our program. And those seniors have given up so much to our program. They spent so much time outside of the season. When they were younger, Mindy Siebold, I'll give her a lot of credit when they were younger, and she'd take a group of kids around, and I think she had, I would say probably 8 or 9 girls that she kind of took around, and they played all this AAU stuff when they were 7th and 8th grade, and you see all these goofy pictures of these young girls that are all smiles and this and that, and some of those girls didn't stop playing volleyball, but
those core kids that she worked with, Peyton Kaufman, I keep talking about her as, she was a B team player in junior high and basically give up on volleyball, and Mindy kind of pulled her into this traveling team, and, and then we got our hands on her and as a freshman and started working with her. And, the rest is kind of history there. You saw what she did for our program, and in her senior year, she had to take on such a big role. And, that should give a lot of kids a lot of inspiration that, in the junior high levels. I mean, if you're a B or C team kid, don't give up on this thing. This is a different kind of sport. And, you got Libby and Am Reed. I can't tell you how much she bought into this libero role for us, and she provided us so much through her career last year. Had a huge role last year and an even bigger role this year. And Libby has been our setter and done a lot of great things as a setter and has improved. And her mentality had changed so much this year from just, last year she could get away with things because Alyssa, she just threw it up near Alyssa and she could kill it. And this year she had to be so much more precise, and we had to have a much better relationship as far as what I expected from her. And she grasped that and was so coachable throughout the season. Taylor Jewett, just a great kid that kept improving. I think she just got better and better as the year went on in our back row, and took on a bigger role as the season went on, and did some good things for us. And I couldn't, last night we kept adjusting our back row as the night went on, and she had to keep playing that game a little bit with me as depending on what their front row was, we had to make an adjustment. And she did a great job for not, just being in the heat of battle and needing to do that type of thing. And Elena Boker, who was a great practice player for us. I mean, she didn't see very much varsity time, and just did a lot of good things in practice for us, and always had a positive attitude, and just was a great kid to have a part of our team. And we're going to miss all of them. It's not going to be an easy thing to say goodbye. Like I said, last night wasn't easy by any means. So, and what the cool thing was, and I told them, I said, you saw all the younger, the kids that are coming back, you saw how emotional they were too. And I said, if you're not emotional, that's a problem. And those kids were very emotional, and it means a lot to me when they show emotion. That means they care, and that means that we're doing something positive for them and making things happen for them. So, it's like I said, last night was tough, but it was really cool too at the same time.
Well, it was a historic season, first ever outright conference title, and a 20-win season for your girls. And the program seems to be in place for more success. I mean, you've got a great group of girls coming back next year. I mean, girls have contributed a lot this year with Colby Lawson, McDonald. I hate to think how hard she's going to be hitting next year. Katie George and Chastity Cowan and a number of others. There's no reason to think that next year's team's not going to be pretty solid.
Exactly. I know we have a lot of work to do because we had that core kids coming back. Or, you have your libero, your setter, and a senior hitter, outside hitter, or whatever, and then you throw Mac in the mix. We got to go into next season. We have to find that libero, and I think we've got one found. And I think Chas can do a lot of good things for us. I think she has a ton of potential to become that libero for a couple of years, kind of like what Amory did, and do some great things there. We're working on the setter situation. We got to try to find a setter that's, we don't really know exactly where our setter is. We know Alyssa Anderson sat for us as a freshman. We put her on varsity, and we put her kind of in the mix during practice time here, and she's done a lot of positive things for us. And like you said, our two young middles, that was the cool thing about our kids. Like this team was, when we started, we didn't really know, we kind of knew where Peyton and Mac were at, what they could provide us. And we're trying to look for these two middles, and, Colby Lawson comes back out after she broke her foot and had some issues with that as a freshman. So she took a year off as a sophomore, came back as a junior. And Katie George finally is healthy somewhat, to continue, to come out for volleyball. And I think I said before, Katie and I was taping Katie's ankle one day. And she goes, I haven't played since 7th grade. And it caught me off. I said, "You haven't played to the 7th grade?" I said, "I thought you played to the 8th grade at least." She goes, "No, I didn't play because I broke my ankle in 8th grade," I think she said. And then she had her shoulder issue last year. And it's just like, wow, and she goes, "Yeah, that's why I thought you were kind of crazy when you said I was going to start this year." And I said, "Well, you earned it. I mean, I just coached you, but I mean, no, you earned it." And so we got these two middles that obviously are in the heat of battle of every play, and they're basically freshmen, from a playing standpoint. And I couldn't be more proud of where they're at and how they've had to grow up. And as far as Katie goes too, a lot of people don't know, but we basically told her she couldn't swing all season. It was all tips and all rolls, but she couldn't actually put a swing on the ball because we didn't want that. We wanted to develop that shoulder, let her shoulder continue to heal. And of course, basketball is her main sport, and that was part of our deal too. We wanted to get her conditioned, and so we kind of played with the middle that wasn't a full-fledged outright middle, just a kid that was doing a lot of great things for us, and so that's something to kind of look forward to see if we can develop her a little bit from a hitting standpoint. But we got some young kids. Jada Kroger, you saw her last night. We kind of made a serving change where Colby's had some back issues, so we didn't want her serving have to play defense. So Jada was serving for us, and I thought she did a fine job for us. Put her in a big situation, and Tressa Herman, who playing outside, kind of plays an outside and right side position for us, so she's got a chance. And we had our young middle, our really young middle, Caitlin Crawl, who's a freshman, and we moved her up and has had a great attitude, and we think she's got some pretty special potential. She kind of reminds us a little bit of Taylor Lawson. Has a great attitude. She said, last year something would go wrong, and Taylor would always apologize for it. It didn't even matter if it was her issue or not. Taylor was always that glue kid, and Caitlin, something would go wrong on her side of the net, and Caitlin in practice would go, "Oh, I'm sorry," and Kate had this great attitude, and it's going to be neat to see her develop and provide us some great things. So, there's this Maddie Parson, who's kind of been a setter. We got to try to find out if she can fit in and where she can fit in. And Shay Kloss came on at the end, so there's a lot of great young kids that are going to be coming out here and playing for us. And it's going to, like you said, it's going to be exciting, but we have a lot of things we have to get accomplished. So we got some things on the horizon. We'll see how it goes. So.
Coach Tom Hill, Red Hat volleyball season comes to a close. A historic season, an outright conference title, the first in school history, a 20-win season, and we certainly look for great things in the future as well. And those girls have done a tremendous job of energizing the school and the community along with our other fall athletes. We're going to be talking football next. Plenty to be excited about there as well. But before we do that, we need to take our Hall of Fame challenge. See how these guys do with that tonight. So I'll have to pass a pen around here and get another piece of paper here for Coach Evans. And Coach Evans brought his own pen. All right, good. So there you go. All right, our question tonight, pretty cut and dry sort of thing. I thought we'd go away from baseball tonight, even though the World Series is going on. Let's go football. We've got a high school football team in the playoffs here. And so let's look at, I know you guys probably don't get a lot of time to watch the NFL, but I know you never miss your Broncos, but give me the top 5 leading rushers in the NFL right now by yards. Top 5 guys leading the NFL in rushing yards as of right now. Let's see how they do. That's our Power Insurance Hall of Fame Challenge brought to you by Power Insurance of Moravia. Call 724-9000. That's 724-9000. We'll take a break. We'll come back with more on Hy-Vee's The Pitch after this.
Since 1961, Pershey Roofing and Painting has been the name you trust in southern Iowa and northern Missouri for quality craftsmanship at a fair and honest wage. Pershey Roofing and Painting, third generation owned and operated, family ran with family pride. Call 641-895-5082. That's 641-895-5082. Pershey Roofing and Painting, the name you know, the name you trust in southern Iowa and northern Missouri. Call 641-895-5082. Pershey Roofing and Painting. Chico Construction provides a complete line of excavating equipment for all your water, sewer, and building needs. Whether it be residential, commercial, or agricultural, Chico Construction can help. Serving Centerville and southern Iowa for more than 40 years. Call Dave McCann at Chico Construction, 895-1980. That's Dave McCann at 895-1980. Chico Construction, For all your excavating needs, remember,
We can.
Sales and Associates Cook Insurance in Centerville and Corridon is proud to be a part of the Pitch Sports Show. Give Sales and Associates a call today at 888-767-0239. That's 888-767-0239. Call them locally in Centerville at 856-3375. That's 856-3375. For all your insurance needs, call Sales and Associates Cook Insurance in Centerville and Corridon.
When it's time for new flooring in your home, be sure to check out J&L Flooring in Centerville. We are a family business where honesty and integrity come first. Whether you are looking for carpet, vinyl, or hardwood, tile, laminate, or luxury vinyl planks, you are always assured to get top quality products at affordable prices. We feature the latest in flooring trends and financing is available. Give us a call today at 856-6331 to schedule an appointment. Ask about our new mobile showroom. For those with busy schedules, we bring the showroom to you.
All right, let's see how these guys did our Power Church Hall of Fame Challenge. We're looking for the top 5 leading rushers in the National Football League right now. We have, at number 5, Lamar Miller from Houston. At number 4, LaShawn McCoy from the Buffalo Bills. Who's that? At number 3, DeMarco Murray from the Tennessee Titans. Anybody got anything yet? No. How about number 2, David Johnson of the Arizona Cardinals? All right, Coach Evans got one, Chad got one. No. Coach Hill's in trouble. And leading the league is the young man from Dallas, Ezekiel Elliott. Yep. 2 for Chad, 2 for Coach, 1 for Coach Hill. Good effort. Good effort, Coach Hill. Nicely done. All right. So the tie break. How many yards does Ezekiel Elliott have? He's leading the NFL right now. 12,000 yards. 12,000. Chad's probably not going to win it for you, but you can give it a whirl. How many yards currently does Ezekiel Elliott have? That is our tie break. Chad has something down. All right. Chad, what did you write down? 986. Coach Evans? Well, now I got to get my – you guys are both so far off. Gee whiz. I don't – well, let's see. Chad said 986, and the total is 703. So you're 283 away. 283. And Coach Evans, he went the other direction. 703 minus what? 450. He's 253 away. Coach Evans got him by 33 yards, and he wins in overtime. Give it to him. There you go. Go to overtime with this guy. See Coach Tom Hill and a great season on that Redditch volleyball team. We're going to shift gears now and talk football. We've got an American-style football team here in Centerville that is heading to the playoffs. Coach, your team went out. For starters, Friday night, you knew to do all you could do. You had to go win by at least 17, and your team did that. Then it was a matter of hoping that the pieces fell in place. I think everybody was pretty confident we had a good chance, and they did fall in place. But the important thing is your guys did what they had to do.
Yeah, and first half didn't look like it was going to get done. We were down 6-0 at halftime, and had kind of a come to Jesus meeting in the locker room and got things squared away. And then the kids went out and played like we thought they could play, and everybody contributed. Hunter Matty had a couple of interceptions. One almost took to the house, and Trey Reinhardt had an interception, and Trent came on, got a field goal, gives us the 18-point mark. And defense came out and played, and offense could put the points on the board. And then, like you said, Russ, it was kind of a wait and see. We kind of knew going off the field the walk-on score, which we knew was one of the variables we had to watch out for. And I was on my way home from Lakeview, and Coach Krovach texted me and says, "We're in." And about, probably not even a minute later, Coach Koestner sent me a thing of the boys being over to his house, and they're raising their hands like we're in. So then we waited until the selection show on Saturday to find out we were going to go play Mount Vernon on this Friday. So, yeah, it was kind of one of those. I know I was sitting across the aisle from Coach Koestner on the way home, and I said, "What's wrong?" He said, I just got to know." He says, "Well, we've done everything we could." I said, "That's it. That's what I told the boys going into the Eddyville game. Win by 17, then you know you've done everything you possibly could. And if you get in, you get in. If you don't get in, at least you gave it your best shot." And we were fortunate to get in.
Well, in Mount Vernon, we know it's going to be a tall task. It's going to be a long journey, but there was potential we could have
I mean, there was talk before maybe North Fayette or whatever. We could have had a 4-hour drive. So that 2 hour and 45-minute drive seems like a breeze after what we thought we might be staring at.
Yeah, it does. I just didn't think we would go that far. And I had, that morning, my wife had asked, says, well, have you any idea where you're going to go? And I said, we're going to play at number one. Wherever we go, we're going to play at number one. We're not going to play at number two. And so I went across the state, took who was number ones in each district, figured out how far it would travel. And, you know, if we're going up to Boyden Hole or wherever, that was going to be like a 7-hour drive. And I said, I don't think we'll go there. But when they announced Mount Vernon, I said, yeah, that's pretty reasonable. I knew we weren't going to go play PCM because they try to avoid playing within your district in a first-round game. So I figured Mount Vernon would be a nice location, and that's the one it ended up being.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the game on Friday night. Yeah, the first half was a struggle. They got one in late in the first half. It turned out to be a very costly touchdown. You never want to see somebody get injured, and it looks like the quarterback is. I don't have this report, but based on what I hear and what I saw, it looks like it's a substantial type injury for him. But that I don't know if it was that or your come to Jesus meeting or a combination. But the second half went much better for us.
Yeah, I think it was a combination. And I had a bad feeling going up on the bus. In the previous road trips that we had taken, all previous road trips we had taken, the kids have been really focused and everything. Heading up to Eddyville, they were chirping pretty good to the point where I got up about halfway to Moravia. So you see how much they were chirping. And I said, hey, if anybody wants to get off of Moravia, we'll let you off, and somebody can come pick you up, because I said we're not going to get the job done. And we played like that the first half. We just didn't do the things we needed to do to get the job done. And in the second half, things came together. Yes, the injury that they sustained at the quarterback position, I knew that was going to be a big factor in the game, because you just don't give number two the reps like number one gives. And he's a very outstanding young man and a great athlete. I talked to him after the game, after the radio show. I was going across the field, and he was coming across in these crutches, and talked to him. And I've heard that, it's a substantial knee injury, and hopefully that he'll get the proper care and treatment and get back to playing as soon as he possibly can. But, it was one of those games that this, senior night, I don't care if you're on the road or at home, there's a lot of emotion. We do a little thing here at Centerville on Thursday night. We go down in the White Shed, and we have senior speeches, and they were quite emotional. And so you don't know how that's going to blend over to the game, if it's just an emotional night or if it's nervous energy or whatever the case was. But we were able to get it straightened out by the second half, and the kids came away with a nice win.
Offensively, obviously our defense played pretty well in the first half, giving up just the 6 points, and that was on their last drive. And there was a few calls there that I think most people found a little bit. One of the things that I found interesting was that they stopped the clock to tell the band to get off the field, and I'm thinking, that's a huge benefit to the offense. The clock just got stopped; they didn't have to take a timeout. That seems very odd. We get warned all the time about Kobach being on the field, and sometimes, and we get up with penalties sometimes. Is there nothing there? I mean, did that thought ever cross our? Did you guys catch that, or did I miss it? It looked like they stopped the clock and told the band to get back.
Well, we've had our situation with bands this year. There's no doubt at home, and we never had this. And the official came up to me and said, "You guys." This was at home 2 weeks ago, or a homecoming game. He came up to me and said, "Your band's got to quit playing." I go, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, your band's got to quit playing." I said, "Well, are you going to flag me or what?" He goes, "No, you just got to tell the band to quit playing." So Coach Johnson overheard the conversation. So he went over to told him not to. And then, like you just described, they had the band situation up at Eddyville, and everybody's got a little sensitive of the bands this year, because Todd Tharp, the secretary at the Iowa High School Athletic Association, sends out weekly emails. And one of the emails he sent out, point of emphasis, is that the band cannot play any music or be near the field, and if so, you got to take time to get them off or quit playing or whatever the case might be. So we've had our dealings with bands this year. There's no doubt about it.
Then there was the catch along the sidelines. I was nowhere near to be able to tell whether he was in or out. It sounded like, from what I understand, anybody who was close thought the young man was out. That was a big call for him at the time.
Yeah, it was. And with the film, our film guy, Nick Mitchell, who does all our filming, a senior, that we're going to have to get replaced for next year. He's clear across, so we didn't have the pylon camera that could look right down the line and tell us if it's in or out. So you just got to go with it. And sometimes we get all tied up with the officials. And the thing that I always concern myself is when coaches start yelling at officials or asking or questioning whatnot, kids pick up on that. And so now they're questioning everything that's going on out there, and you just got to go play the game. Those guys they're trying to do the best job they can. We're trying to do the best job we can. The kids are trying to do what they can get done. And it's emotional, and you don't see it the way you want to. And that's why I always kind of reserve judgment until I see the films. And but in the game of football, which is an emotional type of a game, things are going to fly and things are going to happen. So the only thing I know we can do each Friday is Kovacs can get warrants being outside the coach's box. you can take that to the bank. That's what's going to happen for sure.
Second half of your offense got going. In fact, Cradlefield probably had the best half of football he's had. He's not only caught the ball, he caught some in traffic, made some big plays, a big run after the catch. He had a tremendous second half.
Yeah, he did. He had struggled a couple of weeks prior to that. He even struggled in practice up to that point. Sometimes the hands aren't there, even though you got good hands, and Zach was struggling. And even Thursday night, I remember I took the ball and went over to him and just started throwing the ball to him because he was dropping some real easy catches in practice. And then Coach Koestner did the same thing. And, we just wanted to get him off the side as far as missing the balls. And by gosh, he came in the second half was real critical. He had some real nice catches, nice runs after the catch. So, yeah, we got to get everybody on the same page, and especially a game coming up like Mount Vernon. Everybody's got to catch the ball. Everybody's got to get up the field because we got to get every yard that they're going to allow us. So it was good to see him have a good game at the end of the season, knowing that we have now the 10th game coming up.
Well, it's got to be exciting to be practicing this week. You're one of only 16 teams left in Class 2A that are still having football practice, and congratulations on that for you and the entire coaching staff and all of the boys. It has been a tremendous fall, and this has really got a good buzz going. It sounds like it's going to be a good crowd for us up there Friday night. The pep was filled right up. It's pretty much been the talk of the town with what the volleyball girls have done, and now the football team going to the playoffs. It's pretty exciting to still be playing football.
Yeah, it is. It's really nice, and it's like like Tom was mentioning prior with the volleyball team and football team and all the kids that are participating in all types of activities at CHS. My wife and I, we took the Saturday that our band was playing at Pella, and I had never been to a state marching band contest. I had no idea what to look forward to or whatever the thing was. And our kids came out on the field there at Pella and put on their 15-minute presentation, and they did an outstanding job. And I know usually our football team gets out as much as the cross-country team run this year. We were not able to because of some conflicts with the scheduling. But it's all about, and I think Tom touched on it too, it's all about us. I know Rich coming together as one, as a community, and supporting each other's activities and programs and teachers in the buildings and everything and facilities, because when you got everybody working on the same page and going in the same direction, a lot of positive things have happened, and I think that's what you're seeing in the community this year.
Well, we know Mount Vernon's a quality football team. You've got a lot on your plate here this week, but it seems like that the boys, at least what I get a visit with one of your football players, seems like they feel like they got a shot at this thing.
Well, that's, like I told the coaches going into it, and we've had 4 films that we broke down, basically 5, because for whatever reason, my wife's still shaking her head on this. We were going through the DVR the other night, about a couple weeks ago, and she likes to erase and get things up. She says, how come these 5 state high school championships are on the DVR? And I said, just keep them there. I said, I don't know. I just do that every year. Lo and behold, Talbia played through Mount Vernon in the first round, and I happened to see that tape. So I was watching that one, plus the 3 tapes we got from Mount Vernon, and then we got an extra tape from another school that sent one. So we've been able to break that all down. And I just said, I heard Nick Saban say this on game day last week. He says it's not about the winning and the losing. He says it's how you prepare and get your kids ready for the contest. And I said, that's what we're going to do as coaches. We're going to get our kids in the best position that they can succeed as a team and give them as much confidence as they can. And so these last 3 nights of practice, and you can talk to Chad about this, have probably been the best 3 nights of practice that I've been associated with in this program in 6 years. The kids have come, they've been focused, they've been attentive to what we were saying, they've asked good questions, they've given great effort, and they're coming together even more so of, hey, this is special. So I talked to Trey Reinhardt, and he was telling me, I put my arm around him tonight, and I said, isn't this great? And he says, Coach, he says, we were 0-7 as freshmen. And I said, yeah. And I said, what about junior high? And he goes, well, we won, I think, 1 or 2 games. And he says, this is a dream come true. He says, get to play in the 10th week of the season and practice under the lights. And he says, I never thought we could do this. And so for the kids to have that, it not only is great for our seniors when, that this is going to be their last year, we know that, but it's great for our juniors, our underclassmen, the kids in the program at the junior high level, even our kids in the youth football and the community itself, that this is possible, that Centerville can go to the playoffs. And it doesn't have to be, once every 5 or 8 or 10 years. We can get something going here where we can build and build and build. And this is going to be more of a tradition than just, this 1 year type things that we've done in the past.
Well, let's talk a little bit about what we expect to see from Mount Vernon. It looks like, just looking at quick stats, that they run and throw about 50%. I mean, it's a very mixed and diversified offense.
Yeah, it is, and you got to play all facets of the game well. When I say that, the defense has got to play great. Your offense, when you have the ball, you can't give them the ball right back, so you got to drive, take the time off the clock. And special teams, you got to be on top of, don't let pumps get blocked. And we're going to be playing on a turf field up there at Cornell, so we can't let, if they punt to us or whatever field position, you could lose 15, 20, 25 yards real quick if you don't catch the ball and the ball starts to roll. They're rated 5th in the state. They had over 700 yards, it seems like, against Williamsburg in their last game. Williamsburg was no slouch going into that game. They were both undefeated. I talked to Coach Ritchie today at Williamsburg, and he said we had 8 films of Mount Vernon prior to their game last Friday, and he says they played outstanding against us. He said best game they ever played. So you're hoping that they don't build on that maybe they'll have a little letdown, see a 5-4 Centerville football team come in that was a wild card, and kind of maybe as in baseball or football, the trap game, that they're looking ahead to Williamsburg again. I'm sure they're thinking they're going to have to play Williamsburg to get to the Dome. So we'll worry about our team, get them ready to go and get them healthy. You always ask about injuries. We're pretty good injury-wise, but Sam Owens, our defensive end, was diagnosed with strep throat today by the doctor, and so he won't be back with us until Friday. So he's going to be out of practice today and tomorrow. And he was out Monday, wasn't feeling good, so that got checked out. And then Craig Mihalovich, our right tackle, he had a little ankle injury tonight in practice. So we still got another 24, 48 hours before they get the pads on and go up against Mount Vernon. So hopefully those kids will be ready to go.
And lineman of the week, do we have a lineman of the week for Chico Construction?
I look at Coach Koestner.
Wow. All right, we'll think on that. We will. We'll get it to somebody. We'll get it to somebody. Yeah, somebody will be the lineman of the week. Tomorrow night is the big pep rally. It's for all fall sports, but we definitely want to send this football team off fired up, ready to go, and that is at 6:30 at Lakeview tomorrow night as we celebrate our young men and women and get this football team ready for a big matchup with Mount Vernon on Friday night. Long bus trip, and I know, Coach, it's one of the fun things and makes it even more special for the boys as they're going to kind of go over in style.
Yes, they are. The communities come forth to school and the football parents and Booster Club, and I think there's some donations from outside sources, as they say, that we'll be taking a charter bus over. The itinerary is we'll get the kids out of school, the boys out of school at 1 o'clock. The bus will leave Lakeview at 1:30. We will travel to Mount Pleasant, and I got in touch with the people over at Mount Pleasant. We're going to use their facilities. I called the state, and they said it's fine to do this. We're going to use their facilities to do kind of a walkthrough practice, go through special teams, offense and defense, just to get them out of the bus, get the legs moving a little bit, kind of refocus them on the game from that standpoint. So we'll be there for about 45 minutes. Then we'll get back on the bus and head on up to Mount Vernon. We dress at the middle school, and then we will be bussed over from the middle school to the game facilities on Cornell College there in Mount Vernon. They have a new facility from the standpoint they took out the grass, put in the turf, bleachers and everything. So it's a small college type atmosphere for the kids, and it'll be quite a great experience for young people because when you have 16 teams, unlike the last several years where you've had 32 teams get in, it's really special. And the electricity and everything around it, Mount Vernon will have a ton of people there because they went to the finals last year, so they're looking to do a repeat from that standpoint. So they'll have a ton of people. And besides the Centerville people and the Mount Vernon people that'll be there, you get kids and coaches and everybody that just wants to watch high school football, 2A football or whatever the case might be. They look up and they say, hey, Centerville playing Mount Vernon. Let's go watch that game. So it should be a tremendous crowd there in Mount Vernon to watch two fine high school football teams go at it.
Coach Chuck Evans talking Big Red football. The Big Reds have qualified for the state playoffs. We're one of only 16 teams out of 56 left in the Class 2A football. We go up to Mount Vernon on Friday night, 7 o'clock game time. Mike O'Connor, Mark Decker, Henry Ortman will have the call for you. The game is played at Cornell College. We hope to see a huge crowd up there. And don't forget, tomorrow night at 6:30 at Lakeview is the pep rally for this and all of our fall sports. So we look forward to seeing a big crowd there. It's 8 o'clock. Coach, any final thoughts you want to shout out to everybody before we get out tonight?
Yeah, I would. I really want to thank everybody in the community, the school administrators, my coaches, and obviously the young men that wear the Big Reds uniform in the game of football. This has been really a special year for them. I really appreciate all the support and everything that they're doing. Even with the playoff and the stuff that's going on for the playoff, but through the regular season, we have always had great support, great crowds, and great enthusiasm, and it's been fun for school with the volleyball team, cross country team, the cadets, the cheerleaders, the band, everybody that's pulling together to do it well and do it right. It's just been a fun and very fast fall season.
Well, tune in Friday night if you can't get to the game and cheer on your Big Reds, and let's get a big crowd at the pep rally tomorrow night at Lakeview. For Chad Lee Koestner and all of my guests tonight, I'm Russ W. Ocker saying so long, everybody.